What if I told you that some of the richest people on Earth are secretly obsessed with one thing far more valuable than money? Not private jets, not billion-dollar companies, not luxury mansions, time. Because deep down, millionaires and billionaires know something most people ignore until it's too late. Money means nothing if your body collapses before you can enjoy it. And that's exactly why the world's wealthiest people are spending millions on longevity. Cryotherapy chambers, blood testing, sleep optimization, private chefs, personal trainers, advanced supplements, brain scans, full-body diagnostics. Some are even trying experimental anti-aging treatments in hopes of extending human lifespan itself. But here's the crazy part. Many of their most powerful longevity habits cost almost nothing. In fact, the real secret isn't some magical pill hidden in Silicon Valley. It's a lifestyle strategy, a system, a way of living that protects energy, sharpens the mind, and slows down aging before most people even realize they're destroying themselves. And today, we're breaking down the exact longevity secrets millionaires quietly follow to stay healthier, sharper, younger, and more energized than the average person. Some of these habits will completely change the way you look at health forever. Let's begin. 1. They treat sleep like a business investment. Most people sacrifice sleep to make money. Millionaires protect sleep to protect performance. That's a massive difference. High achievers understand that poor sleep destroys everything. Focus, energy, testosterone, metabolism, memory, emotional control, and even decision-making ability. Research has shown that sleep deprivation can reduce cognitive performance dramatically. And when you're making important business decisions, one bad decision can cost millions. That's why wealthy individuals often build their entire lifestyle around high-quality sleep. Many use blackout curtains, cold bedrooms, sleep trackers, blowout blockers, and strict nighttime routines. Some avoid caffeine after midday completely. Others schedule meetings around optimal energy levels instead of forcing themselves into exhausting routines. Because they know this truth, your brain cannot outperform your biology. And honestly, this is where most people fail badly. They'll spend hours scrolling social media at 2 a.m., then wonder why they feel tired, stressed, overweight, and mentally foggy every single day. Millionaires see sleep as recovery, as optimization, as fuel for longevity, not laziness. 2. They invest heavily in their health. Before they get sick, the average person waits for pain before taking health seriously. Millionaires don't. They constantly monitor their bodies before problems become dangerous. Blood tests, hormone analysis, heart scans, vitamin deficiencies, gut health, stress markers, inflammation levels. Why? Because prevention is always cheaper than repair. Think about it. If your car engine started making strange noises, you'd probably fix it before the engine exploded completely. But most people ignore warning signs in their own bodies for years. Low energy, constant fatigue, poor sleep, weight gain, anxiety, brain fog. These things don't appear overnight. The body whispers before it screams. Wealthy individuals understand this better than most people because they know health directly affects productivity, income, confidence, and quality of life. And even if you can't afford expensive medical testing, you can still learn from their mindset. Pay attention to your body early, not after damage becomes permanent. 3. They exercise for longevity, not just appearance. Here's something interesting. Most millionaires are not training like bodybuilders. They're training to stay functional, energetic, mobile, and mentally sharp for decades. That's a completely different goal. Instead of destroying their bodies with extreme routines, many focus on consistency, strength training, walking, mobility work, swimming, cycling, and cardiovascular health. Because muscle is deeply connected to longevity. As humans age, muscle loss increases the risk of weakness, disease, falls, and poor metabolic health. That's why strength training is one of the most powerful anti-aging tools available. And walking? It sounds simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Many wealthy entrepreneurs schedule long walks daily because movement improves circulation, reduces stress, boosts creativity, and supports heart health. Some of the best business ideas in history reportedly came during walks. The lesson here is simple. You don't need to destroy yourself in the gym. You need movement that your body can sustain for life. 4. They protect their mental energy aggressively. One hidden longevity secret most people never think about is stress management. Chronic stress silently destroys the body. It increases inflammation, damages sleep, weakens immunity, accelerates aging, and can even impact heart health. Millionaires understand that protecting mental energy is just as important as protecting physical health. That's why many successful people become extremely selective about who they spend time with. They avoid constant drama, toxic relationships, negative environments, endless chaos, because emotional stress has physical consequences. Some meditate daily, Others journal, pray, disconnect from social media, or spend time in nature regularly. And honestly, this might be one of the biggest reasons wealthy people often appear calmer and more controlled under pressure. They've learned that peace is productive. Meanwhile, the average person overloads their brain with non-stop stimulation every hour of the day. Notifications, arguments, fear-based news, comparison culture, endless scrolling. The human brain was never designed for constant digital chaos, and over time, that overload becomes exhaustion. 5. They eat like they plan to live long. Most millionaires no longer view food purely as entertainment. They view it as information for the body. Every meal either increases energy or reduces it. That's why many wealthy individuals become extremely intentional about nutrition. More protein, more hydration, more whole foods, better ingredients, fewer ultra-processed foods. Not because it's trendy, because they feel the difference. Sleep improves, focus improves, skin improves, recovery improves. And one major pattern keeps showing up among long-living populations around the world. They eat simpler than modern society. Less processed junk, less sugar overload, less constant overeating. Many wealthy people also avoid excessive alcohol because they understand how badly it impacts recovery, hormones, sleep quality, and brain function. And here's the important part. Longevity nutrition isn't about perfection, it's about consistency. A healthy body is built through thousands of small daily decisions, not one perfect diet. 6. They prioritize purpose and meaning. This may sound surprising, but one of the strongest predictors of longevity is purpose. People who wake up with meaning tend to live longer. And many millionaires continue working long after they become financially free because purpose gives the brain direction. Humans are not designed to simply exist. We need goals, growth, progress, contribution. Without purpose, people often lose motivation, discipline, and emotional stability. Studies on longevity communities around the world repeatedly show that strong social connection and meaningful daily routines play a massive role in healthy aging. And honestly, this is where modern society is struggling badly. Many people feel disconnected, isolated, and mentally lost despite being constantly online. But real fulfillment doesn't come from scrolling. It comes from building a life that feels meaningful. Whether that's family, business, faith, creativity, fitness, helping others, or personal growth. Millionaires who live long understand this deeply. They don't just protect their bodies. They protect their reason to keep going. Outro. At the end of the day, the biggest longevity secret of millionaires is not hidden technology. It's awareness. They understand that health is the foundation underneath everything else. Without energy, money becomes useless. Without a healthy brain, success becomes stressful. Without time, luxury means nothing. And the truth is, aging well is not about becoming immortal. It's about staying strong, sharp, mobile, confident, and alive for as long as possible. The good news? You don't need millions of dollars to start applying these principles. Sleep better, move daily, reduce stress, eat smarter, protect your mind, find purpose. Small habits repeated for years can completely transform the future version of you. Because longevity is not built in one moment. It's built in the quiet decisions you make every single day. And maybe the real flex in the future won't be who owns the most expensive car, but who still feels healthy, energized, and fully alive at 80 years old. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe because we're diving deeper into health, performance, biohacking, and the future of human potential. And trust me, the next decade is going to change everything.